Hello there. Welcome back to Elements in Focus. Grant Soliven with you. And as always, our Director of Financial Planning leading the charge in many of our topics, Rheaume. And today, folks, a wonderful topic, charitable contributions and their tax benefits. And quite frankly, I can't think of a better individual to have on this topic because Aaron, as some of you know, is a certified Kingdom Advisor, where the certification focuses greatly on charitable gifting and stewardship. And so, Aaron, super excited about this topic of charitable contributions and tax benefits, my friend. Two things, if you don't mind. Number one,
Sure.
walk them through what the CK is and why it's important to what we do as planners, and also for the families that are giving focused. Then also, what are we trying to accomplish in this topic today?
Thank you so much, Grant, for the introduction. First question revolves around why do I have the CKA designation? Well, that's because I really have a servants-driven heart. And as a Christian, we're called to be charitable. And so I went through the designation program years ago, making sure that I could have and plan for very biblical sound financial advice. And so it's been a passion of mine for years. Went through that, studied, learned how the Bible taught and what the Bible thought about money and gifting. And so I'm able to share that with other people. Now, charitable contributions and the tax benefits, it's really just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. There are many ways to be charitable. Most people, when you think of being charitable, is giving monetary donations. That's one way to be charitable. Another way to be charitable, if you're not giving monetarily, is being charitable with your time. And so that could be, serving a family in need, helping with Habitat for Humanity, building a house. And so you can give your time as a way to be charitable. Those don't necessarily come with the best tax benefits. So if you're looking at a monetary perspective, there are things that you can do to be charitable that is probably better than just writing a check or donating cash to a charity. Some of those things that I can think about would be donating appreciated assets, or giving out of a qualified charitable donation, so a QCD if you're over the age of 70 and a half. If you sold a business and you're looking at ways to do a large charitable donation in 1 year to offset some taxes, you can add money to a donor advised fund in a large lump sum to where you can help offset some taxes. And then you structure your giving through that donor advised fund throughout a number of years. So let's talk about things, as I mentioned, that are not cash donations. So given an appreciated asset is where you purchase a stock. Let's just say here in Indiana, Eli Lilly is a well-known company. Let's say you bought one share of Eli Lilly for $1, and today it's worth $100. I know that's worth a lot more at the time of this recording, but for simple math, you purchased it for $1 and now it's worth $100. Well, you could do one of two things. You could sell that share and recognize $99 worth of capital gain on your tax and pay capital gains tax, or you could pass that appreciated Eli Lilly stock over to a 501c3. As long as they accept stock donations, the non-for-profit can accept that stock through a transfer, sell it, and they don't pay any tax because they're a not-for-profit. So that's a way that you can transfer some capital gains risk to the charity, still be able to purchase that stock. Another way is to give out of your required minimum distribution. For those of you that are over 70 and a half and you have to take money out of your IRA accounts through required minimum distributions, you can give up to a little bit over $100,000 at the time of this recording to a specific charity. Now, you don't necessarily get a tax deduction for that. How it works is it's not recognized as income on your tax return. The other benefit to that is the charity receives those funds. They can do with it as they wish. There is a caveat to that. If you are going to give through a QCD, it has to go to the general fund and it can be non-designated. So I couldn't build the Rheaume wing at the church. It has to go to the general fund and they can do with those funds as the church sees fit. Grant, I covered a lot. Any other things that you want me to bring up from a charitable standpoint? We usually talk a lot about this towards the end of the year when we do tax planning here at FEG. However, for those of you that are families that are watching this, we do your qualified charitable distributions throughout the year, but a lot of our charitable intent starts to come down towards the end of the year. And the last thing that I'll say before I turn it back to Grant is all of this stuff has to be done in the current tax year. So any sort of contributions, things that you're making from a donation standpoint, has to be done by the end of 2025 for that to be recognized for your 2025 taxes. Grant, back to you, sir.
Absolutely. Aaron, I wouldn't add anything except this. If this is something that you are maybe wanting to consider, or you are charitably inclined, and you're looking for ways to maximize how those charitable gifts, to Aaron's point, can affect your tax benefits, please, please, please reach out to us. 800-928-4001. We'd love to schedule a complimentary meeting with you. It's about an hour and a half. It's not sales focused. It's just planning focused. We're trying to help you as an individual or family really succeed long term. That means that in the 90 minutes, one of three things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to walk away with things that you can look at giving through the lens that will help your situation today. Number two, there'll be some things that the team will give you from a giving and tax perspective that can benefit you tomorrow. And then finally, if it makes sense for us to partner together, we'll talk about and put a plan in place that we can execute so that your giving is more meaningful for you long term. So again, 800-928-4001. You can scan the QR code as well. If you have some basic questions, maybe you were trying to dip your toe, say that 10 times fast, into the giving pool, just shoot a question. Talk to FEG at yourlifeafterwork.com. We're more than happy to answer questions. And Aaron has put a lot of energy in producing content like this from a gifting perspective. You can find that at yourlifeafterwork.com. So a lot of places for us to get scheduled and connected. Love to see you at your family update or tax planning meeting. We haven't done so already. And for those that are just clicking this and reaching out, we'd love to see you soon. Appreciate the time today. We'll see you at the next one.